Today I'm going to be testing 10 of the cheapest bike accessories I could find on Aliexpress, and they're actually all pretty sick. Let's get into the first one. Accessory number one costs only £11, with its branded rivals being anywhere between 50 and 60 quid, which is pretty crazy. It's currently on my bike. I'm going to give it a little bit of a ride just to confirm how sick it actually is, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Dropping. Yo, this thing's sick. It actually has worked like it said it was gonna. Here it is. The hidden toolkit. Magnetically fitting in my cranks there. So this thing's got 7 tools. It's even got a chain tool hidden in there. You just pull out a different size Allen key, put that in there, and then you can adjust the chain tool breaker in the middle there, which is pretty sick. Then obviously you've got different Allen key sizes that can fit into this head that actually moves around. Load of different options, and when you're done, just stick it back together and straight in the crank. Look, how ridiculous, £11. It's actually like such a decent product. So that's the first out of my AliExpress epic finds. Let's see what the next one is. These next little beauties only cost £2.40. Ridiculous. What they are is pretty cool. They look like that, see? You put them on your bars like this, onto your grip, and you tuck them in. Do it on both sides, and then when you flip your bike upside down, you don't destroy it. When you work on a bike, realistically, we don't put it in a bike stand like everyone shows on videos. You just flip it upside down, whip the wheels off. And the thing with e-bikes is you've got all the controls there. So when you whip it upside down, you end up scraping it. So I actually saw them and thought they're actually sick. Like, would you keep them in your car? Probably not. But if they're at home on the side and you want to change your wheels on your e-bike or your normal bike, £2, and you can save yourself all the scratching and like destroying your controls and stuff. I think they're well good. The third accessory is this such random thing. It costs £6 and they just looked ridiculous, and basically my curiosity took over. Look, so random. They are mountain bike thumb grips. What on earth are they? Let's try them out. To get into this fun, we got to take off my Pilgrims. These are actually the new triple colorway, which are available now. Links in the description or at the end of the video. Pull them off. Easy. Then, I guess, probably like that. Yeah, right. So that sort of looks like it goes on here. Oh, I need to move that brake over. Let me get my tool out from in the bottom bracket. Push this across. The picture shows it like in the middle there. That just looks dangerous, doesn't it? Like if you smash your like head into it or something. Let's do a quick trail then using these pointless things. I'll try and put my thumbs on at some point as well. Jump in, thumb on, thumbs on again. They're not resting thumbs, it's stupid. They're actually just dangerous, aren't they? Yo. Right, let's go and get these off straight away. There's nothing nice about them. The next one costs £1.28p. I mean, I don't even know what the point in the company making them is. How can they be that cheap? These are coloured disc brake bolts for the rotors. There were loads of different options, so I went for these anodized red ones to go with my Motul logos. Let's put them in, and then throughout the rest of the video I'll just ride with them, and hopefully they last, and then we'll know if they're decent or not. A few moments later, we're left with front and rear anodized looking disc bolts. Kind of cool actually. For such a small amount of money you can do a bit of tuning to your bike. I'm all for that. Will they last though? Maybe we'll brake heavily and they'll just shear off. So to give them a quick test, we're going to do my slopestyle line, because you'll have to do a lot of braking at the end of it, and if it survives that, then they're staying on for good. Let's give these disc bolts a test then. Oh wait, my tyres feel well soft. If only I had a tiny portable pump. Look at this. This is the Coos Poo electric tyre inflator. Look at that thing. So cool. It costs £23 and real brands are trying to charge 100 quid for that. So let's see if it works, and if it does, we've just found the sickest thing ever. So power on. What do we want then? PSI. Let's go to just 50 for now, because this is pretty soft. I think it doesn't have 50 in there. So put that on, and then yeah, it's got 26 in there, look. 28. That's insane, that's so good. Whoa, that's actually incredible. I'm well pumped on that, 23 quid. You can leave that in the back of your car, your pocket, your backpack. If you get a punny, obviously you can just change your tube, or if you've got the goo stuff in your tyres, you can get your tyres back to the temperature, the pressure that you want. But I mean, 50 PSI is a lot. Usually people would run about 35, so this thing's definitely sick. Let's just pump the front up a bit. Sick. That's actually insane. Now you've got stiff tyres, we can ride through the slopestyle line and see if the disc bolt rotors are going to hold, all with 50 PSI in both front and rear. Epic. Dropping into the slope line. Boom. 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 Bit of a sewage. Oh, it's fast today. That was a bit wet, I was scared of that. Boom! Wow, yeah, we're massive! But the disc bolts are still in, tyres are still pumped. That was huge. This is the best. I love Aliexpress. Let's check out the next item. The next one costs £2.31 and it is a luggage scale. This is actually perfect for only those of you that go travelling with your bike. But the worst thing is turning up to the airport and then getting loads of charges because you didn't know how much your bike weighed. So I thought this would be a nice thing to have before you get to the airport. Although most of the time my bike is overweight, so it's probably worse to know, because then you'll know that you're in for a huge ripping off. Let's see how much my jump bike weighs, which is in there. The Canyon Stitch 360. All packed up, nice, ready to go for the next sesh one. Let's see, currently at that weight, it isn't overweight. I'm not going to get done over at the airport. This is actually so good for £2. Not for everyone, but for those of you that like to travel, and if you're on the Aliexpress website buying all them other fun bits, might as well get one of them as well, mightn't you? On to the next. Tools are very important and super cool. So this one here, £8.20, looked sick. I don't actually know how good it is, but it's got a cool little case here. Wow, look at this little multi-tool. See, it's a Ratchet. That's good quality weight actually on that thing. And then we've got this, I guess, which just stays in it all the time. Yo, this is proper good. You've got all the sizes, look, 8mm, 6, 5, 4, everything you want. This special red bit on here kind of locks it in so they don't fall out while you're doing work. I think that's well sick. Which helps me lead on to the next one, which cost around £1. Tyre levers. I don't know if they're going to work, but I was well interested in them. So we're going to use this tool here to get off the back wheel. Might as well give these little beasts a go again, because they're actually pretty good. We can take this rear wheel off with ease. Okay, we're going to imagine that the tyre is completely destroyed and flat. Oh no, my tyre's flat. I've got to change them with my £1.80 tyre pliers. What do you actually do with these? I don't know. I think, oh yeah, look, there's a bit of a handle in there. Maybe wedge, I don't know actually. What do they actually do though? That's the thing. Oh yeah, maybe you put one side on the, oh, that might be it. Yeah, look, you'll put one side on the rim. No, they don't do anything, do they? I think they would work on like a road bike or something, but not on a mountain bike tyre. They absolutely suck. Oh, the next tool costs £1.20. These are chain pliers. Branded equivalents cost upwards of £10, which is pretty crazy. So if this works, £1.20, these would definitely be something that you should keep in your toolbox. And what they do is crack your split link. So you just put that in there like this. You can do a little pull, boom. Split link is split. Easy. Then you can put it back together like this, and then easily, very easily, put it back together. That's an actually epic tool. Aliexpress has delivered this video, but the final weird thing I've got is just absolutely pointless and looks like the most dangerous thing on earth. Let's get it fitted. The final weird accessory, I'm pretty nervous about this one. This is a stem riser. So if you cut your fork down too far, you can put this thing on. Like, I'm not really sure how strong it's gonna be. So let's take off my existing stem and see what we can do. Let's use my new Allen key set here. Then we got to knock out the star nut, which is a bit depressing. So then I've got to try and fit another one in at some point. So we put on the extender. And like that, we've extended the fork. But because of that, we now need a load of new spacers. They go back on. Then the stem. And what you can see is we're left with a huge riser now on the fork. Cool, let's just do a little test in the car park here. Helmet definitely required. That is so high now. That's the best. Feels like a jump bike with the stem that high up. This might actually be the best one out of all of them. Let's just go and push the limits and go and do some jumps with it. This is actually horrible, just riding there. My bars went out of line. Look, the stem's all like, it's all come loose now. Let's just do one flip as the finale. Oh, this is so death actually. Whoa. Oh, that was scary. Ah, oh, easy. Let's see if we can tighten it up a bit and do some other tricks on another jump. That's actually cool. After a little check then, I realised that I didn't have enough spacers, so it was actually my fault why it was loose. But the scary thing is I don't want to put all of my trust in that extender, so I've left it that tiny bit of stem there is actually touching the original steerer, and all the rest of it is that like sketchy little extra bit. Anyway, we pulled off a flip on it. Let's just go and ride a few more other trails, because it actually feels sick having my bars so much higher like that. I think a pretty cool place to try this extender to lift my bars up is the same line we started on earlier. Let's try and trick it all the way down this whole line. Sewage. Oh yes. The stem stender. Oh, oh, scary. Oh, yo. Woo, that's crazy. Actually worked. Scary though, it's like creaking and stuff already. But there you go, you can see if you get that extender on for kind of simple stuff, it works. Aliexpress, you're the best. So there we go. They were 10 crazy and epic mountain bike parts from Aliexpress. I think the craziest thing about it is how good some of the parts are getting. The tools are amazing. I've got the The bolts on there, they worked fine. I took that stem thing off because that was ridiculous. The tyre inflator worked. I mean, dreams. Like, that tyre inflator is probably the sickest thing. So cheap, works well, gets the job done. What more could you want? If you want to see some more Aliexpress reviews, let me know and I'll get them done. See you in the next one.